issues we need, so he'll be okay tonight for the approval of this resolution. Okay? Anybody got any questions of me on that item? We all understand? Good? Number 2, Family Dollar didn't show. We did have our public hearing on that one last week, and they should be here tonight to represent themselves. Okay? No, we need to vote on that. Number 3 item is a presentation to the mayor, and I assume that'll be in the 5 o'clock meeting. It's on the agenda. Number 4 is the bond issue, and let me just push this down to the end of what we're doing. That's gone through, talk about everything. Then we'll come back to the bond issue on number 4. Okay? Number 5 is historic preservation. And who's handling that? I know that Mr. Neely is here to say yes, and then you want to take. Anybody got any questions about this number 5? Everybody's okay? Everybody's okay?
No questions?
I guess you got no negatives, so I guess.
Well, that's good. I mean, it really is just to clean up the ordinance.
Huh?
It's to clean up the code, to bring us
Okay,
in
it cleans it
compliance
up.
with state law.
And it helps landmarks, right?
It could. It'll help a lot of people.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's what we need to hear then. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Neely. Number 6, Mr. Calhoun, you've got a resolution for the women. Can't hear you. Pull your mic around.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just something to honor women. Women History Month, so we just want to honor the women within the city, within this state, and this country for their contribution, and especially women that have served on this council and our current councilwoman, Ms. Graham. So it's just something that's recognizing women in March as being Women History Month.
And
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Blaylock, too. Okay.
Yeah, Ms. Blaylock.
All ladies in the house.
She sponsored this for me.
Very good. Number 7, understand he'll be here to talk to us, but you've got some issues. You've talked to him too, Mr. Calhoun, on number 7.
Escape.
No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one.
I know I spoke to the owner.
Yeah, okay. That's okay. Yeah. All right. We'll have a public hearing on that one. Number 8 is a show cause hearing on the pallet, American pallet.
Yeah, Mr. President, I spoke with the owners of this. He's going to be here. Where we at? Number 8. Yeah, and he's asking for some time. I think we had something with the fire department, went out about a complaint, and he said he needed some more time to get it cleaned up, so he's going to come down.
Why don't we
and
hear
talk
what the
with us.
fire department's got to say here?
Okay.
I think they don't like big fires. And this one caused a big fire, didn't it?
We got a complaint call on Furnace Street, 1545 Furnace Street, American Pallet. Pretty much, we had a complaint that saying the pallets was impeding the roadway, kind of blocking the roadway. When we got over there to look at it, to inspect it, pretty much the front of the business itself that leads back to his pallet, where he has all his pallets, is actually impeding access, fire access. So if he had a fire over there, there'd be no way we could actually get anything back there to,
Couldn't get to it.
any kind of way to extinguish or anything like that. We'd have to find some other means, way to do it, which puts us at a big life safety factor. A life safety factor that affects his other businesses, his own workers, and including our firemen ourselves.
Okay.
I actually have a video to show if y'all want to see it here, or I have a video to show if y'all want to see it here, or y'all want to see it during the regular session.
Well, we can see it now. I think it's more for us than it is public.
Okay.
Well,
It's for both, but what?
I'd like it to be shown during city council meeting too, just in case if the license is revoked and he appeals it, then we
Okay.
have it as part of the
Just
record as well.
hold it to the council meeting then. Okay.
Okay.
One time. Just watch it one time. Okay. Good deal.
And we gave, I just want to make something clear, we got several violations on this property, which we gave him 30 days to get certain things done. This being a life safety issue that it is, that's the reason why we only gave him 5 days. He said he could have it done in 5 days just to move the pallets out of the way, but he hasn't done it.
He didn't do what he said.
He didn't do it, so we gave him an additional 2 days because it rained on him, so we gave him 7 days. I rode over there,
Okay.
he hadn't moved anything, so.
He doesn't sound like he's agree on things, okay?
Yeah, and
But
we have
respect
a
us.
hard time with them every time we go.
We need
as
some
far as-
respect. Okay,
All right.
thank you. We'll
Good.
show that picture at the 5 o'clock meeting. Number 9 is a liquor license for Elite and Company on West South Boulevard. Is that you, Audrey?
Oh, that's me.
Huh?
No, that's me.
Is that you, Cece?
Yes,
You okay?
I'm fine with it.
All right. Number 10, that's in the East Chase, that's mine, it's okay. Number 11, we're gonna tear some folks down, tear 6 of them down. Okay? And number 11, and then number 12 and 13 are both abatements and nuisance, and then you have in front of you, I'm going to give you 2 more things. You got Parks and Rec. In front of you, got a resolution laying on your desk there for Parks and Rec and for a liquor license for them. We need to push that through. The liquor license has to be transferred to the Coliseum, and they need that for this weekend's events. So we'll work on that at the council meeting. Got any questions about that? Okay. And then the next item, we've got, Madam Clerk, this is the one about the elections. Please give us an update.
Yes, sir. The state code has been amended, so this is bringing it in compliance, and it makes it better. You'll remember with Mr. Larkin that they had to start qualifying the Tuesday right after the vacancy. That has been removed from the state code. So we're copying exactly what's in the state code so that the council will set when they start qualifying, and when the election is, you just have to have it done within 45 days. The
got 45
date's
days
set
to set the
within
election.
45 days.
Okay.
So that's what it does. It just kind of cleans that up a little bit so we don't have to,
In a hurry.
yeah.
Okay. Anybody got any questions? Okay. Excuse me. All right, we've got, go back to item number 4, and the bond issue. Who wants to talk to us? Y'all done a lot of work apparently, and let's see what all we need. Betty, you want to talk to us, Mayor, and tell us what you got and what we need to do.
Okay, you all have as item number 4, the ordinance that follows the resolution that was adopted the second meeting in last month. And we have here one transaction, but it's made up of 3 parts. Series 2021A is for new money, $50 million for new building construction, existing building improvements, infrastructure such as your sidewalks, extended streets, possibly bridges, street lighting, and things of that nature. Also included in that, we have funds that are being allotted to rolling stock. And we're talking about purchasing 15 to 20 sanitation trucks, depending on the cost of each truck. Also looking at the purchase of ladder trucks, ladder trucks and pump trucks for the fire department. That's included in use of the proceeds from this new issue. We also have included a Part 2021B, which is the refunding of 4 issues. And based off my memory, and I'm tired, so hopefully I get it correct. If not, I've got Scott and Austin here to help me. It would be your 2010B issue, your 2011, 2013, 12A, and 2013A. I'm sorry, that's right? Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, those are tax exempt, okay? Which
Right.
means that the city would get a lower rate going to the bond market with tax exemption municipal bonds. And then there's a small piece called 2021C that's something around $4 million. And basically, that is one large payment that we're deferring, we're getting funds for in this issue to pay next year's debt service on a 2015 issue. And it's just a portion of the total payment that will be coming due. When we started looking at this last year, we were looking at debt restructuring because the pandemic was here, and we didn't know if the light we were seeing was going to be a freight train or if it was the rising of the sun. So we tried to prepare for the worst case scenario, went to the bond market in March of last year, which was planned before the pandemic actually got here to Montgomery. And then we went back and did a direct placement in December of $35 million to help give us some cushioning should we not be able to meet the budget in the current year, which is at $244.4 million. And so in doing that, the refunding is not going to give us cash up front, okay? Those bonds are going to be sold in the market at par, which means that they'll be on our books when we refund them at less than what they are currently, okay? And so in total, I think there's somewhere around $84 million we're looking at par instead of the $94 million that we have on our books today. So you're looking at a $10 million savings there, but that's not coming back to us in the form of cash. What we're hopeful is that by the time we get to the end of the current fiscal year, September 30th, 2021, that we will see with revenue staying as it is right now, and it looks like we're still coming in with sales and use tax at about 3.5% greater than the previous year, the pandemic year. That being said, we should have fallout because we're not having to make these high debt payments in the current year that we would have made if we had not gone to the market.
Are we budgeted, Betty, talking about the debt service?
Okay.
We're budgeted, what is it, $28 million for debt service this year?
Well, actually, when we started the year, in the budget, short and long-term debt is about $32 million.
Okay.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you will not have to pay $32 million this year.
Correct.
You will pay quite a bit less than that.
That's
What would that number be?
For the current year?
Yeah.
If we've got $32 million, and that's including about, I'd say, $4 million for short term. So we're looking at that we should save somewhere in the neighborhood, we're hopeful, of $10 to $12 million, okay?
That would not be paid in debt service this year.
That will not be paid in debt service.
So instead of $32 million, probably going to pay $20 million this year in debt service.
Correct.
Okay.
And hopefully, as long as revenue comes in according to budget or above, we will see that in actual cash dollars. Okay?
Fallout.
Today, I can't say I'm going to have
We
that.
don't know what it'll be, but we know we reduced our debt service by that amount of money.
Yes.
Okay.
And as we go on with the projections that we put on the big screen for you, you should be able to see that number.
Okay.
As we pass those.
Well, that monthly report we get, we show that
Yes,
number coming down.
You'll see that.
Okay.
Any questions in regards to what I've already said or didn't say?
Let me ask you one other question. I don't see in this paperwork we have in front of us, do you have to send a list of the projects for the $50 million new money?
Okay, now,
Does
I
that-
emailed that to you. Did you not get that?
I know that, but does it have to be in the resolution?
Does it have to be where?
In the ordinance itself?
No, sir, because when we go, it'll say when we get the official statement. Is it in that already? Yes, ma'am. On what page?
What do you got? You got
Mr. General, it's page 4,
You can come up to the mirror.
page, what?
Series 2021 improvements. It speaks to them in general terms of categories, as Ms. Peeble just
But
said.
it's generalized.
Huh?
It's in, excuse me.
It's where?
It's on page 4
Page 4,
Page 4.
in general, and you'll see it under
It's $3
2021
million?
improvements.
right there in the middle of the page.
Improvements, okay?
And that's
And
generalized.
it just says sidewalks, lighting, purchase of real estate property. Those are the items there.
Right.
They don't
but
specifically say what they are.
It's not specific in this ordinance,
Okay.
okay?
All right. Okay. I knew you had to put it in somewhere.
Pardon?
And I knew you had to have it in there somewhere.
Yeah, in general terms, but not broken out.
You don't
like
have to have
I thought
actual
you were
projects,
talking
you have to
about.
have general
Okay.
terms, okay?
Well, we're good. I understand what you're saying.
All right. Anybody got any questions, Miss Betty?
We done?
You've been abused enough for that. Huh?
No, I don't consider that. It's an opportunity.
Okay, you got what you want, okay.
I just wanted to tell you, this has been an extremely complex and fast-paced transaction, and Betty and her staff have done a fantastic job. And it's really complex. You had rating calls, you had calls with multiple parties, and it was really a professional job. I think I'm
Well,
speaking for Austin as well.
I'm concerned about the number of bond people out there that are scattered around the United States having to coordinate this thing. So I don't know who the lead bond is. Is that J.P. Morgan or what?
The underwriter.
Huh?
The lead underwriter is J.P. Morgan.
Are they? And they'd be the big portion of the commission?
I don't know.
They are the
What percentage do they get of the package?
That has not been determined yet, but we know, as I told you earlier, that per 1,000 units, we're not looking at a cost greater than $5, hopefully under $4.55.
That's a good number.
Yeah, so we'll see how it comes back.
Okay.
That'll all be in the purchase agreement, okay?
Yeah. Well, very good.
So, Mr. President, I don't
Yes,
have,
sir.
I don't have a question. I just want to make sure that we have it. And the mayor, I've had some concern about some of this. But with that $10 to $12 million fallout that we're going to be short, that this council will be able to do something hopefully aggressively in their capital improvement money for the next budget year, depending on where we're at.
That will be in the new budget for 21-22, and we'll have to designate that when we pass that budget.
Yeah, I'm just asking, but I would ask,
Those adjustments can be made at that time to the budget.
Oh, yeah. I have no problem. We got to have 5 votes to pass the budget, and I assure you, I won't get a vote from you, Mr. Pruitt, unless we got the money in there, right?
well, that's correct. And
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, is that all right with you?
What's the question?
That this money that we're having to the fallout issue, that if we stay true and we still can grow slowly in the city and our money's where it's at, that if we think we're going to do what we're talking about we're going to do, and that the council can look at possibly getting some extra capital improvement money to go do some other things besides just pave in our districts.
Oh, I think we can figure out something.
Yeah, we know how to get it. We
Okay.
good.
Well, I wonder sometimes.
All right. Anything else from you three? All right. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you. Okay, Counselor, you got anything else to
Mr.
cover in the work
President,
session?
Mr. Pro Tem, been getting several calls. When are we going to open the council back up so people can come and address the council?
When are we open City Hall back up? Mayor? When you go up City Hall back up?
Well, we got to first figure out, how we're going to handle things when the governor's mandate runs out on April 9th. And
April 9th.
We have not made a decision on that.
Okay.
We're going to consult with our COVID-19 task force. We're also kind of looking at some of the other communities in the state as well. We're trying to keep track of our numbers. So that'll dictate everything for us, and then certainly we'll come to the council about meetings and give y'all's feedback on how you want to handle the meetings as well.
Rhonda, Mr. Mitchell, I would suggest when people want to talk to us, please tell them to email us now. We're getting back to folks, and we can get back to them probably quicker if they'll go ahead and email us than to do waiting for the council meeting, unless they just want to get on television. We don't televise the emails. But anyway, anybody got anything else? All right. Meeting adjourned till 5 o'clock.